Good afternoon. This is Holly Anton, Integrative Psychologist at Sutter's Institute for Health and Healing in Santa Rosa. And welcome to Breath and Body. This is a guided relaxation practice that I hope you can start to adjust yourself to. So as you're shifting from doing mode of the morning and coming into this moment that you are in, right where you sit, with whatever it is that is going on around you. So part of why relaxation practices are relaxing, and it may seem kind of obvious, but it's easy to forget this. Part of why they're relaxing is because they do this. They invite you to shift out of your mental way of being in the world. They invite you out of trying to do things and let you experience moment by moment basically what's actually happening. That is, what is truly happening where your body is, where your breath is in this chair, in this room, where you're sitting. Amazing how easy it is to forget where we actually are when we're busy doing and planning and going over the things that we're imagining we might have to face. So why it's relaxing is because the present moment is usually much, much simpler. And frankly, most moments, while they're not big bell ringers, are far more pleasant than whatever we've been entertaining in our mind. So with the thought in mind of inviting yourself into a simpler and actually more pleasant moment, find a posture where your body can be comfortable resting without having to shift around too much. So whatever that position is, if you're able to rest your head, that's wonderful. And if not, you'll probably find a more upright posture allows your neck to relax more. And if your feet or if your legs or your ankles are crossed, uncross them. If you can, and if you'd like to take your shoes off, let your feet be in touch with the floor. You can do that. If your clothing is tight and you can loosen it up a little bit, loosen a belt, loosen a collar. Good. And if there's a place where you can rest your eyes that is pleasant, whether it's through a window or on a picture near your desk, near your workspace. Or if you're more comfortable to allow your eyes to close, that's fine too. Letting your eyes rest, either with them open or with them shut, invites your attention to your body. Particularly right now to your breath. So with the eyes rested, with the body resting, the breath is the big happening of the moment. It's the big activity. It's kind of really the only thing happening. And so see if you can notice the breath in that way as the event of the moment. It's the main feature. And it's completely fine running itself. The body just breathing itself. And notice the next in-breath. Notice the moment where the in-breath shifts to the out-breath. It's a transitional moment at the top of the in-breath, and then follow the out-breath until it disappears into precisely the moment where the in-breath begins. And no matter how long a breath is or how full it feels, let it be however it is. Just noticing these transitional moments at the top of the in-breath to the out, and at the end of the out-breath to the first birth of the next in-breath. An image that can sometimes go along with this feeling is if you've ever been at one of the docks in the San Francisco Bay, ever had a chance to just stand at a dock and you can watch the water level on the pier supports rise and fall. It's very gentle, and you're now, of course, not doing anything to control that. The water is just rising and falling. And you only notice because you're watching. Otherwise, the bay might look like nothing's happening. But when you really find a place of focusing in on that ever-changing moment that is always unfolding all of its own accord, you start to get a feel for what the rhythm of this moment actually is. And the rhythm of this breath as it rises and falls, rises again. This rhythm is your rhythm. This is actually your pace right now. And there's no right or wrong about it. There's nothing to do about it. But giving it your attention, just as it is when you give your attention to the rise and fall of the bay, there's something very soothing and calming about that. Being in sync with this natural rhythm that is all yours. Following the in-breath as it shifts to the out-breath. Catching the very, very beginning of the next in-breath. Now, as I invite you to start being more intentional with your breath, I want to reinforce this message that at any point, if my rhythm is at odds with yours wins. You go with your rhythm and you go with your inclination. So anytime you want to just drop back into letting the breath do whatever it wants to do, that's completely fine. I am going to offer a guided invitation to extend the breath to different parts of your body. That is, as you're breathing in, you're going to focus your attention on a part of your body. And as you breathe out, you're going to bring your attention back to your chest, to where the breath is, where the lungs are letting go of the breath. So we're going to extend the breath to your right foot on an in-breath, let's say, and on an out-breath, follow your attention back up through your body to the chest. The next in-breath, sending your attention back down to the foot. And then on an out-breath, withdrawing your attention back up through the body to the chest. Catch the next in-breath, extend it down to the right foot. And yeah, you can stay attending to the right foot through a couple of breaths if that's what feels good. And then just on and out breath, follow your attention back up through the body to the chest. Let's just stay with the right foot for another 2 breaths, breathing in to the sensations, whatever you notice there. And back up to the chest. Now extending to the left foot. Breathing in, become aware of the sensations in your left foot. And breathing with this for as long as feels good. And as you breathe out, bring your attention back up through your body to your chest. And then extend back again to the left foot and breathing with it for as long as it feels good. And on an out breath, pulling your attention back up to your chest. And on the next in-breath, sending your attention to both feet at the same time. And breathing with this awareness of both feet. For 2 or 3 more breaths. And then on an out breath, pull your attention back up through the body to the chest. And now just rest with the breath again. Follow your own natural rhythm now, as we were doing before. So at the top of the in-breath, just notice as it shifts to the out-breath. And resting through the out-breath, notice where it shifts to the next in-breath. And just pay attention to your own rhythm now. And next we're going to extend on an in-breath to the right hand and fingers of the right hand. Again, breathing in, you become aware. And you're breathing with the sensations in the fingers, the palm of the hand, the top of the hand. And on an out breath, bring your attention back up through the arm to the chest. And on an in-breath, send your attention back out to the right hand and the fingers. And let your attention rest here as you're breathing. And on your next natural out-breath, draw your attention back up through your arm to your chest. And follow your own natural breathing here in your chest and your body for a couple of cycles, catching those transitions from the in to the out, from the out to the in. And on an in-breath, extend your attention to the left hand and fingers. As this part of your body features as the main attraction here in your awareness. Breathing in and out with the left hand. On an out breath, draw your attention up through your arm back to the chest. And on an in-breath, extending to the left hand and fingers once more. And on an out-breath, drawing your attention up through to your chest and follow the natural rhythm of your breath again for 2 or 3 cycles of in and out breath. And on your next natural in-breath, extend your attention to both your right and left hands at the same time. As though you're filling your hands with your breath. And breathing in and out of your hands and fingers, following your own rhythm. On an out breath, bring your attention back to your chest. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of the chest, the gentle expansion and relaxing of the belly. Both the belly and the chest filling with breath on an in-breath and on an out-breath, allowing your attention to settle once again in the chest and the heart space. Breathing in, you're aware of your core, the core of your being, your torso, your belly, your solar plexus, your chest. All are receiving the breath. And on and out breath, bring your attention back to the heart space. Allowing your attention now to find the crown of your head. With the next in-breath, send the breath to the crown of your head. as though the entire top of your head now is lit. It's alive with the breath. You're breathing in and it fills the crown and the entire dome of your head. Just breathing in and out here with this part of your body. Following your own rhythm. And on your next natural out-breath, let your attention fall again to the chest, to your heart. And when you're ready, send your attention once more up to the crown of your head, to the dome of your skull. It's filled with light and breath, space, stillness, as the breath moves into and out of this part of your body. And on an out-breath, allow your attention to rest once again in the chest, in the heart. And in the next few moments, I'll invite you to practice, if you like, with me. And I'm going to be actually altering this rhythm that we've been doing now, only in that on an out breath now, we're going to extend to this 5 points of our starfish nature. On an out breath, we're going to relax out from the chest to the feet, hands, and the crown of the head. And if this feels good to you, again, following your own natural breath, and breathing in, noticing the chest and the solar plexus and the belly fill gently with the in-breath. And on an out-breath, relax, send that attention, send the breath out to your starfish nature, to this 5 points of our being. Both feet, both hands, and the crown of the head. So we're radiating our breath out now. Our out breath is going out through all 5 points. And our in-breath is in the core of our being, expanding the chest and the belly. And the out-breath washes outward through both feet, both hands, crown of the head, all at once, a big wave going out, and the breath naturally flowing back into the belly and the chest. And staying with your own rhythm, you're getting much more oxygen in this practice than you would normally be getting when we're distracted and breathing more shallow. So it's normal to feel tingly. If that's uncomfortable, here's the trick. If it's uncomfortable, pause for a minute at either the top of the in-breath before the out-breath, or rest at the bottom of the out-breath before before you feel like you need a new in-breath now. When you need a new in-breath, you obviously take it. But if it's comfortable hanging out at the end of the out-breath for as long as it's comfortable, and only take the next in-breath when your body asks for it, you'll probably find yourself much more grounded pretty quickly. And you can do the same practice. So you like to hold for a moment at the top of the in-breath and just experience what it's like to feel that for as long as it's comfortable, and then on the out-breath, just let it flow out naturally through the feet and the hands and the head. So if your eyes have been closed, allow them to open. If your eyes have been open, allow them to close. And just rest for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Notice what is happening in this present moment, where you're located, what you can hear. Within your space, maybe what you can hear from just outside of your space. Again, noticing the feel of your body in the chair, your feet on the floor, and the breath, again, following its own natural rhythm. Like the bay, it rises and falls all of its own. You don't need to do anything about it. And notice this moment of being. Just simply being. There's no doing now. There are no practices to do. There's just a human who's being. In this moment, in stillness, the simpleness of this actual moment. And resting into the flow of this moment. The breath is only one part of this rise and fall of the moment. Actually, all of our sensory experience is also just noticing how this moment shifts and changes from moment to moment. Sounds change. The breath changes where it is in the cycle. The light is subtly shifting. There are other sensations in your body. And as we're coming to a close, give yourself some well-deserved encouragement and acknowledgement for giving yourself the space and the time to shift gears in this way, right in the middle of the day. Very important now, more important than ever. Be generous with yourself in this way. And I hope you will join us again if you can. We're here every day at noon, each of us in the Institute for Health and Healing, wanting to bring something to you that we hope will be helpful. Thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Holly Anton. I'm an integrative psychologist at Sutter's Institute for Health and Healing in Santa Rosa. I wish you a smooth, simple rest of your day.